Đây rồi. Vô game anh em ơi. Game 1. Nãy giờ gọi là em Long không để ý ngủ quên. Chiều lại sớm quá, gọi là hơi cá đuối một tí xíu mọi người à. Nằm một tí xíu cái quên liêm diêm, nằm tí xíu cái là mới liêm diêm một chút xíu.
Because I think getting a little bit ahead. Oh, he's going. Oh, okay, I like this too. Well, it's a good step away from Seren. He just draws back and Jackie jumps in.
Em Long sẽ gọi là check một tí xíu cái trận này đi. Anh em bình tĩnh nha.
Yesterday they also had a conversation with Isma
gửi ít thôi. Gửi chiều 7.5.
He said next split. Yeah. Next year. No. Okay, good, because we need a different mode. I think he said next split. God, I'm hoping it's next. I was kind of hoping.
Gửi ít thôi.
That was kind of like, you know, like a.
Để coi nó đánh như thế nào nhé. Để coi đánh như thế nào. Đánh rồi Ngọc Nguyễn ơi. Gọi là
Okay, so now a big target appears on Ice's head, and Isma's focus is going to shift slightly. Perhaps we will see a gank in the bottom side of the map very soon. Hope so. Nice play from Jun, sets up for Isma to be proactive on the map.
em Long coi bóng một tí xíu coi.
Bit of a fight of his own. Is healthy enough and Noah the same as well. It's an awkward timing. It's a very awkward timing. The wave is too big. It's also a cannon wave, so it's going to take ages to be pushed in. Wasting a lot of time if he sticks around, but he's going to stick around. They've decided. Enough poke has landed. Oh, good route. Flourish is really nice. Yeah, Noah now at half HP in a lot of trouble. The flash available, no combat summoner. Shares an easy gank. All they need to do is land CC Jun. Gets away the karma. Wave tanks up, flash to the wave.
Rồi, TH có một cái chiến công đầu luôn anh em ơi. Đánh hay đến từ vị trí đường dưới bên phía của team Heretics nha.
And the flash, he didn't even bother to expend because he realized, well, where am I even going to flash to? Isma now finally on the bot side of the map after doing his full clear. TP back in from Noah, but yeah, great start here from Heretics. They make the dive look smooth. This is possible because of the poke that they're able to land on Noah. An early heal comes out, but it's just not enough. Good aggro management, starts with Wei, shifts over to Ice, and then Sheo takes that last shot, which means that no one's really at any danger of the trade back coming through from GX. Ice already had a CS lead from that push in as well, with the wave denial and this big minion wave you see on your screen, pushing against Team Heretics spot lane. It's going to be a massive lead for this Jin, and we're questioning in draft, we're kind of expecting real. We've got to win his first game.
Đây rồi, vị trí của Quay qua bên đây đánh với thằng Ike, Quay đánh ghê á, Quay đánh ở gọi là LCKCL thì Quay đánh gớm á.
Trample coming out, they turn their attention to Ice. The 2v2 will continue with an Inspire to get the shield out, but who's here? It's Isma with an early gank. Surprise, surprise, as Ice doesn't have a flash. He lost it before. Kill stolen away, but Isma flashes to secure the second. One over to Jun, one to Isma, and a perfectly timed gank puts Giant X back in charge. He's starting on his bot side after his reset.
Anh em mà coi mấy cái trận giống vậy á là anh em phải gọi là tinh thần phải vững rồi đã. Những cái trận này tương đương nó là khó chứ nó không phải dễ.
Helps make a double kill happen in the bottom side. And again, you can see they're trying to zone them away, but keep your eye on the minimap. Look at how the Vi rotates behind Vision. The bottom lane of Heretics have no idea that this Vi is on its way. And just as Heretics is retreating to the safety of their tower, Isma arrives and sets up for 2 kills. Fantastic time as Wei may be caught out again. How about Pulverized? Jun is just getting great engages so far in this game. Trample locks down Wei, and remember, summoners from the bottom lane ain't there as Jackie heads forward with the chain. Gets Sheo caught out. The clone, I think the timing's out as no. It just pops back up. Sheo escapes from the range of Noah, but Dragon wasn't taken, so GX stopped that. Okay, GX being very proactive on the map, and it looks like they're not done quite yet. Isma wants to steal away this Grom. And again, it's just Jun leading the way, and no pun intended as Isma's happy to stay in this trade. Ice over the wall, trying to get some range. Deadly Flourish dodged by Jun. He steps up, steps back, and Giant X will walk it out. It's all off of Isma's aggression, all around this Dragon denial. That bottom wave needs to be caught by Noah ASAP. You can see he's only just now going to tick over to level 5, but that should be a Dragon secured. Top lane trade likely not going to result in a huge amount, But I love this response from GX. The fact that Isma...
Em thì em thấy gọi là đấy, ít bích tàu của em Long đá cũng nét luôn đó chứ. Ít bích tàu đá nét luôn nè, đang ok nè. Ngày hôm nay gọi là tương đối là khó đấy, không dễ mọi người tại vì giải ngày hôm nay nó loạn quá, nên mà cái giải linh ta linh tinh nhiều. Juve Girona với lại Girona nè. Girona đi. Girona cộng 1.25 F. Tại vì là giải mấy bữa nay nó gì mà nhiều mọi người à, rất là nhiều. Nhưng mà giải cỏ là cũng nhiều. Bóng ấy, em đang nói bóng ấy. Còn ngoại hạng Anh thì bữa giờ chưa có ngoại hạng Anh. 2-1 có trong phía GX nha. GX đánh mà gọi là hết ga thì mấy thằng tem hay tích này chỉ có nhót thôi.
Remember, he's about 20 CS up. Now it's pretty much even. The gold was about 700, if I can recall correctly. He's not spotting out. There's Wukong. Shao pops over. Cyclone is available as Jackie's backs away with the double distortion. But as you said, a really good point I missed here, that Shao is now going for the invade because the camps, there's too many of them available. Isma has to clear up. He's walking now. Shao thinks, okay, I'm going to go to Grubs instead. But at the very least, top side is Shao's domain.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that people at home can probably often relate to, where sometimes you feel like that a jungler can just perma-camp your lane, and it feels horrible in the moment, but the long-term consequences can be severe. We'll see if there are any, as right now the contest over the Grubs
is not there yet. Bolt Breaker in or out. Grub's taken out, that's all three. Jackie's gets the burst, Wave flashes away. Seren hops over between the valves, but now headbutt pulverized again and interrupting on the flash matches instead, going over to Wave. He got a trap.
Vị trí của trời ơi, nằm xuống luôn cái vị trí của Wave mọi người à. Một tình huống đi lỗi mà bị người chơi đường giữa bên phía của GX bắt lại. Nhót.
It's debatable if the play really worked out, and I kind of have like questions because I mean they ultimately committed 5 members to that play, didn't get a herald and got 1 kill. Meanwhile, Ice was just sitting bot lane, he got 2 turret plates, he was able to clear out a wave, and that CS discrepancy that you were just talking about, then rebuilds for the AD carry. Meanwhile, Tracin also got plates of his own, while Heretics also got the Grubs. So I felt like it was just a big commitment from GX when they didn't really need to commit that much.
But it looked good.
I mean, well, they got 1 kill.
I mean, yeah, but that looks good.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we'll see if it ends up benefiting.
3-1 có trên phía GX mọi người à. Hành quyết công khai để né khỏi cái khô máu đến từ vị trí của Chasey. Lót chạy được ở trong tình huống vừa rồi. Thằng Chasey đi lên cứng đó nha.
Well, here comes Isma looking for another gank.
He's about to run out of the all-out, looks for the flip. Lot is still low, but now he's got no mana bar coming back into normal mode. Trace is just going to die. Take notes on that one, as once again Isma in a lane. I think this one is going to be a lot bigger than the previous games.
I mean, one thing we cannot deny is Isma's impact on the map, right? It was a huge conversation yesterday in their series against SK, and it continues to be a conversation in this matchup, as he is just doing as much as he can to set his team up for success. Ganks in the bottom lane, he started the game with an early gank in mid lane, he's now ganking top lane, he's contesting every objective, he's just trying to be super proactive on the map, but look, he's skipping camps and going straight to bot.
Alright, why not? Cease and desist is up and available. No one's going to get the push, it could turn into a dive. Way is down here, and I need to look at the minimap because my eyes can't really focus in. Okay, Ice is quickly behind him with a curtain call, but Isma spotted out on the trap. Isma still setting it, cease and desist in pocket, and Team Heretics have to pay respect.
4-1 dành cho bên phía của GX mọi người à.
Because earlier on he committed a lot in order to get Ice's flash, and I think you want to punish that fact. So it seemed to me that that was very much the game plan. Head straight towards bottom lane, commit your ultimate, catch Ice and Wei off guard, maybe get a kill onto the flashless Jhin. He's not able to find it, but he does burn a heal out from Wei. That flash from Ice is going to be available soon. Ultimately though, Isma's not going to lose a huge amount from that earlier gank, and GX just continue to build a gold lead. Dragon spawns in 20 seconds. Isma can clear his bottom camps. Resets can come through from Noah and Jun, which is exactly what's going to happen right now. as we'll see a fight for the second dragon of the game.
And a 2k gold lead shows you that Giant X are going to be in control for it as well. Would be their second dragon, double distortion forward. Take notes, that person's name close to Isma, so I see it as Vault Breaker in instead. Isma decides to take the fight share with the Cyclone to punish. He's going to get double here. Knockup doesn't kill Isma or even get close. Cease and desist as Jun once again with the angle for the engage. He just pulverized that one now. Headbutt's way away. Ice has to flash off the back of the fight, and Giant X immediately find control of River.
Yeah, it was an ambitious contest for that tri-brush from Sheo. He's thinking to himself, well, this Vi is alone, and we have two members. Surely this is an easy trade, but GX were already resetting back out onto the map. GX had that tempo advantage. They collapsed first, and they had the numbers. Now Seren in danger.
Second chain comes in, the root comes in and interrupts. Chun gets a headbutt pulverized. Seren has to flash away.
5-1 cho bên phía của GX mọi người à. GX đánh đơn giản cũng hạ gục được bên phía của TH rồi.
Continuing to build a bigger lead in middle lane. We're going to look back at the play and again, just look at the minimap. Two members are on the top side of the river. Ice is here with Sheo. Noah is also in the area. It's a 2 versus 2, but the collapse from Jun is simply faster. Jackies is on his way as well. And this is why I would say it was an ambitious contest, just because the numbers were in favor. The map state was better for GX, and it ends up being the jungler dropping and a dragon secured for GX with a kill on top as well.
I mean, it has felt a bit scrappy, and again, we talked about like, well, the overcommitment to ganks. What's Isma doing in bot, and can Sheo punish? As you said in the previous play when we were talking about grubs, like, yes, Team Heretics got something, but Isma kept going. And this early game has evolved as All Out's going to be used here. Double turret shot onto Lot, but not enough damage just yet. Jackie's made the roam up Jun as well. This is turning into a dive, and with All Out, he's squishy. Public execution and dead in an instant. Lot lands everything, and Jun just can't miss this game either.
Yeah, and plays like this, I love to see as well from GX. They've basically abandoned the bot side. They've committed their resources up towards top. Isma still has time to be able to clear through his camps because he has spent a lot of this game ganking.
Oh, yeah.
And Jun now feeling really unlocked on the map is making plays happen instead. This is exactly what you want to be seeing from your jungle support combo, where they can help cover for each other. All of the responsibility doesn't fall onto Isma's shoulders. And GX, I mean, they're making magic happen. 3.4k the goal lead, absolutely smurfing here in this early game. And they're off to a fantastic start.
And look, while their strength of schedule has been very
6-1 có cho bên phía của GX mọi người à.
It should have been if Giant X want to be a top 4 team. The matchup against Fnatic, we had some questions, but they definitely scaled into the series. I would say for GX, it's looking a little bit different from previous splits, VIT, because more members are stepping up.
Tập này thì bên phía của GX lợi lắm rồi. Thằng gọi là thằng TH mà gặp thằng GX này chắc là nhót, GX đánh kinh. Đó, nhưng mà anh em nhìn cái thế trận như thôi, hồi nó kéo tới 30 mấy phút cho mọi người coi cái giải LEC này.
Knowing that Team Heretics have to overcommit so much more in this 4k gold lead game.
Absolutely. And you talked about the schedule earlier, and for GX, these wins are just really important. But we might not have time as Wei. He's in a bit of trouble here.
Let's find out. Vault Breaker in. Wei, as you said, cease and desist as well, keeps him in place. Wei's flash is available, he gets over the wall, but now Sheo's stuck here as well. A Vault Breaker in to keep him in place. That deadly flourish from Ice doesn't get anywhere near the fight as
Chói là hụt đến từ vị trí của và con Varus nha. Quả đó chói trúng khả năng cao là có mạng 2 cục luôn á. Có blue dành cho vị trí của Noah luôn. Cá gặp nước, cá gặp nước.
Seren gets rooted down. Jackie's doing okay in the 1v1 and has consistently been up in CS in this game ever so much as Sigil comes in. Distortion was used, waiting for the chains. I don't believe electrocute is available, but Seren has to pay respect regardless as turret plating is all that Jackie's wants, and he's going to get it.
Good bullying there from Jackie's in the 1 versus 1. He's going to get more damage done onto this top tower. This opens up the Herald for Isma to secure uncontested. The reset coming through from Noah. He has his TP available as well, should he need to collapse at a sudden notice. Top side then becomes the weak side for GX, with which Heretics is looking to try and pounce.
Well, can you dive this? I mean, maybe they just want the turret plating and to get out. Because Lot with the buffer and the ulti makes it a little bit skeptic.
Seren is shadowing in the lane.
Maybe that'll do it.
Jun reads the play though. He's on his way towards bot lane, here to offer assistance. He's here in time.
He's indeed. Has a heal in his pocket too. Up against the turret, there's Lot with the poke, and rather Seren chooses the weeding and gets out. But Jun, the shadowing great.
Yeah, and now it's very awkward for Heretics because you've committed 4 people onto the bot side. Top tower will go down in favor of Jackie's, who this game a little bit quiet, but ultimately has built a 2k gold lead. Noah now out of position.
He's pretty deep in the mid lane. That's Yomu's to get out. He flashes out as well. Curtain call and the knock up, and Sheo just takes the kill for himself. Curtain call going to be used on the wave, but I've seen this before from Ginex. I've seen Noah on Varus a couple of times this split. Caught out again in mid. It's happened before.
Yeah, a bit of an overstep from him. It looks like that he was walking into the river because it was lit up. He felt pretty safe, but he didn't quite respect the fact that bot side of the map did lose control of
6-2 dành cho bên phía của GX.
bot tower.
Có một màn gỡ dành cho bên phía của team Heretics vừa rồi mọi người à. Noah là người nằm xuống. Má Noah 2 món, 16 phút 2 món. Kiếm mà vô mù cái kiếm phá giáp. Đù, bắt sát đồ thằng Noah. Vãi chó. Bộ này 16 phút toàn là 2 món rồi. Kinh. Bọn GX 16 phút toàn là 2 món thôi mọi người ạ. Là end sớm rồi, trận này em cũng nghĩ là end sớm được á. Khiếp. Còn vào đó đồ ác không mọi người.
My main criticism was like, was Isma ganking too much, right? Like in the sense that could other junglers have punished him, right?
Maybe. Like Skumond in this
for
example,
yes.
Might have just taken the whole top side.
That's what I'm saying. And so like but that shouldn't take away from the fact that he did what I think he needed to at the right times. When his bot lane was in a bit of danger, he used the pocket of vision to find a nice bot gank to punish. I like the fact that he punished the all-in from Trayson in the top side as well. And once he's gotten these leads, he hasn't slowed down with invading either. And it's really important to highlight how important Jun has been in conjunction with him as well, because Jun's playmaking has been really valuable. He's also then been unlocked on the map to start roaming around and making plays of his own. And the jungle support combo has been fantastic. And none of this even talks about the fact that Jackies has just been very solid in the middle lane. He's been building up
xem cái gì đây? Xem nhạc toẹt á. Thôi cho nó thắng luôn đi chứ nhạc cái gì nữa. Đánh hay thì là thắng thôi. 3 rồng có cho bên phía của GX. Thêm con rồng nữa là bú rồi. Rồng 4 phút nữa ra, game này chừng 25 phút end.
Get the notepad out once again and see how they progress, because we've seen GX with these kind of leads before, and sometimes they make these silly mistakes at this point in the game. So I'm hoping with a lead like this, this should be very much a one game. Let's see if they can close this one out cleanly.
That's what would show us that GX mean business better and better each and every split. And Ginex trying to put a statement here in the LEC. Team Heretics, they should walk over, much like they did SK. They've beaten Fnatic, who just came off of beating G2. So Ginex wants to get in the discussion like we did last week for the best team. And with plays like that onto ice, maybe you're thinking so too, as what has to run on out. The play ends there. Shao's going to punish. They went in pretty deep, GX in the mid lane. Curtain call. Is this the play that we were worried about? Jun getting low. Noah now taking up. He's in harm's way between World from Seren. Locks down Noah, slows down the rest, and Ginex have to keep on running. They've already lost their AD carry, and the play from Team Heretics.
Có 2 mạng cho bên phía của TH nè. Đấy, anh em cứ bảo 1 chiều đi. 1 chiều hồi nào? Có màn gỡ này không nhanh đâu, phải con rồng nữa.
Conversation we had at the very start of the cast. Something that Odo asked Isma yesterday. Sometimes isn't the best play just no play at all. And the question I then have is, was the dive really necessary here from GX? Because with Baron spawning soon, they had pressure in mid, they had pressure in top. They could just be playing for control of the top jungle, which they fully have. Committing to this dive just opens yourself up for counterplay, and then Heretics do exactly that. They go for the counterplay. Varus has no flash available to him. The TP flank comes through, and they get themselves a pick on the Noah.
So, 1 kill, you're right, it could have been a lot worse. But for Team Heretics, it's still something here in this game.
Rồi, không có anh em ơi. Bên phía của gọi là GX đánh vẫn chiêu chiêu nhờ. Vậy là con rồng nữa mới end được. Còn một con rồng nữa.
But likewise, Team Heretics need to control vision around this area, because GX are now hovering and making sure that no deep vision will exist.
So an easy option that they could consider is just, as they're doing right now, contesting these top camps, but just start Baron to get a TP. You have 2 TPs to 1, get the TP out from Trayson, then back off, reset back out on the map. And now, knowing that you have a TP advantage, given that they'll have no TPs available, you can then play towards side lane, which Jackies is already dominating. No one can really handle him in the side lane. So you can send him down bot, he can just sit there, push his lead, and you can just chip away at these towers while also controlling for the dragons. That's one option, right?
What's the other?
Alternatively, you could just create Fog of War, and then again, use Jackies to just pick people off. Because think about it, you push in bot lane, you push in mid lane, you then control that bot side vision, they want to come and contest vision so that they can look to try and challenge Dragon, and then lying in wait is a LeBlanc ready to one-shot your support, right? So GX have a plethora of options.
Tập này chỉ mới là 6-3 thôi, con rồng này quyết định nè. 40 giây nữa ra con rồng nước là quyết định coi thằng nào thắng rồi nè. Ăn được rồng khả năng cao là thắng luôn mọi người ạ.
But it's not the bottom, is it?
No, there are things at the bottom.
Okay.
There is 50-50ing a Baron.
That sounds good.
That's right down there at the bottom.
I mean, doing Baron as a Varus LeBlanc doesn't always sound that appealing, but love to see it. Dragon is up in 20 seconds. That's also probably a better option, as I feel like Soul here for Giant X, and the setup within it should be a freebie, as Team Heretics have to run into again this dark map.
This is ideal.
Yeah,
you have to face check into LeBlanc, Varus, Alistair. Like Jackies is doing exactly what he needs to do. Just that threat of him being in the, and now Ambessa putting pressure on the top side as well. I think the TP is a little too early. I do feel like that the Ambessa had a lot of free time to just kind of do whatever Lot wanted to do. Could have even maybe even secured that.
Tập này thì em nói thì vô là về phía GX đánh không ngán rồi, nó cứ cấu máu nó ăn rồng thôi, nó cứ cấu máu đẩy đối phương về nó ăn rồng được cũng được.
Not going to commit the Cyclone yet. Team Heretics still getting poked out, and this is what Betty said in the draft. All about the poker. Share gets double distortion on just about Jackie. Dodges away deadly flourish, and he will survive as his clone goes down in the end. And Dragon, with Soul now in pocket, Giant X can win the fight handedly. Shares over the wing. He hasn't pulled his trigger yet, and he dies to a public execution from Lot. As Team Heretics get dove under this turret, but this time I think it's vastly better, with Team Heretics losing 2 more members than we initially expected. They're out of the back. Giant X chased it down, and with the Soul and the Baron now, this feels like a done deal again.
Beautiful play from Jackies. He does exactly what he needs to do. Just chunk someone out. And it's the jungler, of all people, making it even harder for Heretics to contest that dragon. Really good control. A little bit of eagerness there from GX, but ultimately a very good secure. They convert that damage into 2 picks. That's going to be the Baron. They get the top tower as well. This game looks done and dusted with the Soul and the Baron. GX looking good here in game.
Em mọi người thấy không? Rồng Baron đều dành cho bên phía của gọi là thằng này hết. Thằng
He can go back to base, he can then rejoin the crew, but he doesn't need to, because with the damage done on Jasheo and Ice split away from the team, GX recognize that they have the numbers advantage and they can keep chasing for this play. They get 2 kills, the most important one being the jungler. The smite is gone, the Baron becomes uncontestable, and GX secure themselves another objective. So overall, well played. I am like nitpicking at some of the plays that GX are making, and I don't want that to take away from the fact that they are ultimately playing a very solid game here. And looking pretty clean here in game 1.
Show, I think he's on a ward. He's spotted out, over this wall. Cyclone comes early, but cease and desist matches him before he can clone out. Show's now dead, and Team Heretics lose any chance of engage or disengage. While the side turret's starting to fall with that Baron buff, Giant X's siege has now just become that much easier.
Yeah, I mean, with the numbers advantage, with the Baron, you can leave Jackies in a side lane. 3.5k the individual lead for him. His pressure on the side lanes has been monstrous this game, and now you can see his damage really coming through.
They're just jumping over the wall. They don't care. Lot misses his ulti, so that's good for Team Heretics, but the minions are doing the rest. Mid turret's going to fall. Side wave is coming in once again, and as you said, Jackies will control that. So Team Heretics, bare minimum here in this play, are going to be losing double inhibitors, and that's as Sheo starts respawning now.
26 minutes in, and they're already taking apart these inhibitors. Start to finish, they've largely dominated.
End game thôi. Game này em nói phút 25 là muốn end rồi. Cái trừ của anh em mình đang có những cái dấu hiệu ok rồi. Đang hơn đâu đó khoảng 6 kill nè. Combat phase này. Combat này thắng này end rồi.
potentially another play.
I'm a little bit surprised that they chose to base there. I guess that they've set their sights instead on top lane. Playing through these two lanes can be a little bit more challenging as the TP comes through from Noah towards top. They still have that Baron buff. They want to make as much out of it as possible. He's delaying killing the minions so that he can try and sync it up with mid lane a little bit more. They've now collapsed onto top just as the reset's coming through. All right, fair play. That was very nice. Kind of caught the fact that Team Heretics overcommitted resources towards bottom mid, left top lane available, quickly secured that objective. This should be the second inhibitor falling.
A dozen gold Baron power play as well. Maybe Giants look for the end. I mean, ult back up here for Lot. All 5 available. The Alistar can dive with the Unbreakable Will. Under the Nexus turrets, Jackie says goes in. He gets Waves flash out immediately, or rather just a disappearance attack from support, setting up with the public execution, and it's an easy dive. GX continue to make the play, and Sharon now brings out the Cyclone, but look, Isma already threatening to go in with his GA available as well. And jumping in, Giant X, still the Nexus turret not doing enough damage to call off. As Voltbreaker back on in, who cares? Giant X know that even if a couple of members die, this game is done and dusted. Team Heretics have an exposed Nexus, and Giant X, outside of a couple of little blips, made this game one.
Sorry anh em Long nghẹn mũi hắt xì.
Very clean game one from GX. Sure, there's a couple things that you can nitpick, but overall, the level of confidence, the level of execution, very well delivered from GX. And again, this conversation keeps coming back to Isma. His early game, the way he's assisting his lanes, the impact that he is having. You can see the growth that he has made this split as he is becoming a superstar for this team.
Yeah, Isma, Jun, absolute stars of the show in game number 1. Team Heretics, I don't think they really got to play, Jack. You're a ref.
My name's Jackson, but you may call me the referee. Today, we're gonna break down some absolutely illegal lanes. Even though the quality here is a little bit bad, it's gonna be quite obvious what you're seeing on your screen. First of all, we got Isma going for a gank on Saren. Saren, he's too far pushed up. He's too far pushed up. That's illegal. But the noob mid laner, Jackie's, misses the E. So, I'm gonna have to bring out my cards. That's just a yellow card. Just a yellow card. No death there. No death there for him. But it's quite all right because Isma goes back to the jungle. We're going to continue clearing our camps until there is another illegal move. But you know how it goes. Sometimes there's going to be an extended period of time where you're just clearing camps. It's all good. We're going to be taking notes. Isma, I love what you're doing. It's just an eventual camp clear. But we have a little bit of a problem here. Another problem. The bot lane of Giant X is quite blurry, but you can see it on your screen. You don't need high HD to see this. This is a red card for Giant X. This is a red card. I'm going to have to bring out my red card for this. This is a red card. They're both dead. They've taken a lot of bad trades, so they both end up falling. But Isma is the prime time referee of this game because he knows that if he just clears to top right now, it's going to be a big, big problem for Giant X. His bot lane, they got dove. They got that red card. We already talked about that. But now you can see Isma, instead of clearing up to top, he avoids the vision of the crab here. Beautiful, beautiful by him, which allows him, he also puts the pink ward just in case they have an extra ward, and that way he walks around, and now he paths around, he gets into the bot lane tri-bush, and look at that. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? I need to get my whistle. That's another red card. Are you kidding me? Team Heretics bot lane, you're pushed up without no vision. They're both dead, and that's how you play ball in League of Legends with a good referee. Analysts, over to you.
What happened? Kangas left and he just needed to do his best American impression?
Yeah, that's I'm not sure what
do you miss him that much?
But it was interesting. That was absolutely something. He's a pro player, he's an analyst, he's a caster, he's a referee as well.
Yeah.
Jack Spectra can do it all. One thing that is true here, through what he illustrated beautifully here, I feel like League of Legends became a game in which Team Heretics' bot lane were playing the victim.
Yeah, 100%.
Actually.
Yeah. It definitely, like, especially when you saw like the initial ganks that Isma was making happen, but it wasn't like this was just a once-off. It continuously happened to just try and shut them down, and I think that was the best part, where we just were able to see how Isma was like, I understand that the rule is I'm supposed to double full clear, play for crab, and then try and set things up from there. Instead, what we had was, hey, I'm going to break that by going for an early gank mid, didn't quite work out, go for these ganks on bot side, and then it was like, okay, so we've hit it once, then at 6 minutes, I'm going to go for a gank on bot lane. At 7 minutes, I'm going to go for a gank on bot lane. On 10 minutes, I'm going to go for a gank on bot lane. And especially in this matchup, like, Alistar and Varus should be miserable. I know, I have a 20% win rate on Alistar in solo queue at the moment. But in this one, it was beautiful. Because in this matchup, you should be pushed in continuously. You never get close enough as Alistar to actually get those engages. But by consistently having Isma play down to this bottom side, Wade doesn't get to bully the Alistar whatsoever. And it looks beautiful.
He's really smart as a jungler, making the best out. Do not blow the whistle. Do not blow the whistle.
This bot lane here. I mean, you're playing up against Alistar and you're still just dying to every gank. I mean, the red cards don't even do it justice, to be honest. They need another one.
All right. Something is sure, though. I feel like compared to yesterday, we've been talking with Isma about the fact that sometimes they have that itch, they have that urge to chase the dopamine and take some fights that they were not supposed to take. I feel like here, one play went wrong on mid lane, they learned from that, and after that they were playing much slower and only initiating when they had to.
Yeah, until they dove the base again the second time with lot. But I 100% agree.
Don't give them everything, like.
But you were talking about this backstage, and I really do agree with you, Laura. Like, this setup was, well, not this.
Not this one. Not this one.
Bad. Red card. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Terrible play. Terrible play. But the play after this was really what I really enjoyed, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Laura. Was like. The patience that we saw, and usually that was our biggest fault with Giant X, was, hey, we don't see this team take a step back. They try and overforce when they're in the enemy jungle, but Jackie's just sat in a bush, found that big burst damage onto the Wukong, and it set up them for the rest of the fight super well. So I think we're, well, hopefully starting to see that kind of new leaf turn over, and Giant X, like, all members playing together, really good understanding of what they can do on the map, and then how hard they can push at some of these objectives.
That's something you're familiar with, Jack, from when we were playing pro, this fighting this throwing, in that sense, yes, throwing, but fighting that urge to chase the dopamine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jankos was giving us all red cards back to back when he was playing with us. I think in general, when you get ahead, some players, I'm going to say top laners and junglers in specific, a lot of them, they just go way too deep all the time. They just get too excited. I mean, like, for example, you think of our leagues like Razork, he goes way too deep. You don't think of ADCs as going too deep because, like, they wouldn't be in our league.
You're playing for the KDA anyway, so.
You play for the KDA, and it's just like, the thing is, when you're a bruiser, you feel like a bit like Thanos because you're just so strong. But when you're an ADC, you always feel like a glass cannon, so you know that you got to be careful no matter where you go. But I think Isma's always had that problem for me where he never knows when's enough. You know, it's very similar to Razork, and it's funny enough that both of them seem to be stepping up at the same time. Because in this game, there was the one mid play, there was a little bit of a. But it wasn't really that big of a deal, right? They barely died. They didn't really lose anything, and it was, what, a 25-minute game? So overall, if they can keep this level of consistency against the bad teams, then I can actually get excited for Giant X.
Overall, clean game one is what we're noting here. Taking note, as always, as Isma told us, we'll see after the break, even again and again and again. We'll see what happens for game two.
And again.
Mamma mia, June, you are so...
What? You are so
You are king hot.
Today June went to makeup and makeup girl said, oh, you are perfect, you don't need makeup.
No. We can just kill him, June, I think.
Yeah, they're good. Okay. Nice.
He's just saying. I can do both. We need to fight here. Splash. No flash.
That is it. I'm farming DPS.
Kill him! Okay, GG, he flashed. Oh, I got it. Oh, nice.
Brother, let me try.
Wait, brother. Let us break this instead, brother.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
What is this, brother?
Perfection.
Ah, a new champion. Welcome to my shop. You'll need the right build. Choose wisely, because every upgrade brings you closer to the next level. So tell me, how will you level up?
Wait, is he switching lanes?
We're back here in the LEC where I just had to go through 2 minutes of listening to VIT sing his own song as we got right into the second game. We're about to go into the second game. I'm Mysterix. That is the man who sang, what is it, Push to It? What's the song?
Edge of Infinity.
Edge of Infinity.
I was quite proud of that title.
It's a good song.
Yeah,
because you got Edge of Night, Infinity Edge is obviously the
Infinity
main one.
Edge is the one that it's referencing.
There are other names of Edge in our items, yeah?
And then the chorus is also a Malphite reference.
Oh.
Rock solid, your conviction.
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
a Malphite reference.
Banger, okay.
Because it's his quote, rock solid.
I just remember, I don't know, was Cage actually playing the drums in that video clip?
He practiced a lot, to his credit.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
On the
first
bike
few
at the same time?
The first few clips were rough.
Okay.
But he got better. He got better, for sure.
A lot of multitasking
Absolutely.
in that. Now, as we get you into this game, hopefully Heretics can give us a banger like that video clip, because in game one, they were not rock solid, Betty.
That's true.
They didn't get to do anything because Giant X, to their credit, absolutely stomped them and dominated.
They were like origami, the way that they were folded. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, you're so right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
They got a
been proud of that one.
Yeah, but I'm not medic. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a wordsmith, and I'm not British. Okay, all those things together give you me. It's pretty standard, no?
The Rummel's gone this time around.
That is gone, yeah.
And
That
the
was a mistake,
Nautilus.
game one.
First picks, well, junglers. Jarvan's up. The Xin Zhao is up.
Azir, if you want to go
Ash
for a bit of
Seraphine
flavor.
is up.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It missed in game one as well, by the way. So
Yeah,
now
they
we've just
prioritized
decided.
the virus instead. It was fine.
Yeah. I mean, it was fine. Now,
Jun did a really good job on the Alistair.
but now you get Seraphine, unless you take it away by Team Heretics. But I haven't seen in the LEC, I don't think, where they're willing to split up the duo because Seraphine has a good partnership with something else, right?
I want to say it was at first stand it happened.
Yeah.
They did like, I think they did Ashe Bard versus Seraphine Ezreal or
Oh
something.
yeah.
There was that weird one that I don't quite remember. Ooh, Share with the Kha'Zix hover. Isma, are you Kha'Zix? Thoughts?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Often a counter into the Xin Zhao. That hilarious moment where he knocks everyone away and now Kha'Zix is isolated on top of you.
Yeah, that's right. Kha'Zix leaps in at the same time. Let's see what they pick instead. Maybe a
Yunara probably.
Yunara Lulu lane, most likely coming out.
Probably. That's kind of what we would expect. Now, GX need a jungler, which means it's probably... okay, if you're going to lock in before I get to spoil it... Yeah, Jarvan makes a ton of sense.
Knew this was coming though. Ashe Seraphine as well. Okay. I mean, against Yunara...
Lulu, probably.
Yunara's not that mobile. Like, in ulti she is.
Yeah.
But she has a button that makes
No,
her
I
run a
think
little
she
bit faster.
feels pretty safe against Jarvan.
You think?
Relatively. I think generally if you have a dash, Jarvan doesn't like playing into you.
Yeah, but it's an ult dash, you know?
But
like,
also remember, like, there's this really funny, like, I think the damage still goes through, but he's screaming Demacia as he brings his ultimate down to your head, and then he gets turned into a cute squirrel.
so the squirrel hits Demacia.
Yeah, and then it just lands, the ult comes up, and now you're just a squirrel trapped in a pit with Yunara, who's now a giant Yunara because Lulu has ulted her.
True.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well that's an exciting interaction.
Tiếp tục.
So that's an Azir? Is that what Heretics is thinking about?
2-0, ngày hôm nay 2-0. Ngày hôm nay phải 2-0 ấy chứ.
Worried that GX is going to do like a Gwen Yone? Because they want to maybe do Scion? Is that what they're thinking?
Oh yeah, that's an option. Outside of that, let's just rattle off another couple of picks. Casante's already gone, Mbessa's gone.
Oh, Malgon means it's Ahri. Are you going to ban Ahri, Heretics?
You think Ahri with Jarvan's the best play here?
Akali.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like Akali hates playing into Lulu. It seems that GX has read the Azir. Yeah, I mean, Heretics, you either have to take the Ahri away or GX is for sure.
Hòa bình đến rồi sao?
I mean, what counter could you pick?
Lissandra?
Annie, you could do. Sure, Lissandra, your damage would be a bit low on Heretics if you pick Lissandra, but you could.
Yeah, it would. Depending on what you do top. Unless you go for the counter pick Gwen.
Alright, they're just going to take it away. I think that makes a ton of sense. I think it's completely fine. I think GX now could do Annie themselves if they wanted to. Oh, Talia. Okay, yeah, I mean, after the nerfs, Talia just kind of disappeared.
Yep.
But still, pretty good matchup into the Ahri. You can get early push, you can keep her under her turret. She gets really frustrated in this matchup early on because Ahri just can't quite match the wave clear that Talia has. And then, of course, Talia's Unraveled Earth against the dashes from Ahri's ult can be very annoying.
Renekton's interesting because Gnar is still available.
True.
And, I mean, for Trayson, he's already played Gnar before. Not the hardest match to play, great for the Gnar, but... They're just saying, okay, we're going to blind the Renekton, and then as you said, maybe it's just going to be the Ahri angle here, or the Talia. The first Talia game for Jackies for the split would be a big question. Annie is good into the comp, I feel.
Yeah, that was my first suggestion. I think that the reason why Ahri hates playing into Annie is because Annie, like, the ability of Annie to just completely mitigate your ult is really frustrating. It also forces Ahri to go in the direction of something like a Merc Treads, which he also doesn't really...
Bây giờ em đang thích bên phía của GX nha. Em đang thích bên phía của GX nha mọi người. Khả năng cao GX GX 2-0 quá.
It's a pretty effective mid-jungle combo. They can both set each other up and they both have nice combination with one another. The wombo combo is very real. But the Gnar that you highlighted for Trayson is going to come through. Good matchup into the Renekton. I do feel that GX has just got a very solid teamfight comp. It's very cut and dry, front to back. We press R. Ideally, you will die.
Don't you think they're similar? I know it's not as much poke heavy as...
Cứ hết trận này
I think it's very similar in the way that they isolate one, they can isolate
thằng bên phía của GX là có cái bộ đôi Seraphine với AC ngon nha. Seraphine với AC ngon nha. Mà em đang thích bên phía của GX nha, trận trước húp cái GX nè.
also Jackie's on a side lane was very difficult to deal with, and he doesn't really have the same side lane threat that a LeBlanc has.
That's a good point.
Normally that's more in Ari's advantage, which is probably why GX originally wanted the Ari. On top of the fact that Jackies did have a very good Ari game yesterday.
True.
But for Heretics, I do like the scaling. I think Yunara Lulu is just a kind of a time bomb waiting to go off. Once it reaches a certain late game point, it becomes so difficult to deal with.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the easiest front line to play around. The Renekton flanks are probably the biggest thing you have to be wary of. And the thing about Whimsy is you can only Whimsy one thing.
True.
So we'll see if this draft is enough to turn things around for Heretics in this best of 3.
Well, biggest question to be answered here. Heretics need a win desperately. They're so far ahead of the schedule. Them and SK have played, you know.
Khó nha. Chưa thấy cái động tĩnh gì nữa. Game 2 game 2 này khả năng cao là tiếp tục một cái trừ anh em mà cái trừ hiện tại thì hơi cao. Mình đi cái trên 24 kill. Trên 24.5. Trên 24.5. Trên 24.5.
Heretics have had a big start. They have versed some of the titans in the league, like Vitality, the 2v2 in bot draws out the heal from Wade. And here today, I mean, Giant X are, again, one of those titans that they versed at the start of the split.
Yeah, the reason we wanted to highlight this is, like, look, 2 matches week 1, 2 matches week 2, 2 matches week 3, and then another match in week 4. That's 7 games they play within the first 4 weeks of the split.
Yep.
Right? And it's because of the road shows, can't bring all 10 teams to the road shows, so the teams that are there can't play as much earlier on. And as a result of that, like, early wins in the season, like, it's really important that Heretics win games.
Yep.
Like, they don't actually have the whole season to lock in. They've got to lock in for the first 4 weeks, and the same is true for SK and for Vitality. So, the pressure is really on for these teams to have these strong performances. And a matchup against GX, like, getting a win here is super valuable, and it's also why, like, that win for Fnatic yesterday was so big.
It changed everything, yeah.
Because getting a win off of one of the top of the table teams just increases the likelihood of you succeeding later on down the split.
And especially with teams like GX kind of rolling through, Vitality again, they're looking like a top 4 team with a question mark depending on their draft. Na'Vi's still in the mix, and then you have teams like MKOI, KC. KC again. We're like, hang on, how are they going to look? They've only played 1 best of 3. So a lot of variables in spring, and that's why I love best of 3 format. That's why I love, you know, getting to tell the stories of the teams as it progresses. Giant X went for an invade. Isma just went and stole blue. And once again, let's talk about the early game of Isma. Because hot damn, that dude, I swear, unless he's level 4 or 5, then he'll chill.
Thôi vậy.
I mean, it has become a staple for GX.
Nói nha.
To another good start. Jun though isolated.
Ồ, dứt. Anh em nghĩ bên phía của thằng TH này nó có cơ hội thắng trước thằng GX nữa không mọi người? Khó. Khá là khó.
The fight for the crab will be decided by mid lane. Annie already has the prio. Keep your eyes on Jackie's. He's going to start moving into the river, knowing that he can move first. This makes it harder for Heretics to contest. Isma also has the level advantage, but the bot lane's been isolated.
Stun's been held as well, but they back off. Giant X are going to just say, no, take the crab. Sherry gets it in the end.
I'm surprised that Heretics was able to steal that one away, simply because Jackies was able to move first. But what ended up happening was Jun tried to rotate up, but he was too far away from the rest of the team, meaning that it was Heretics that was able to create a numbers advantage, and GX didn't want to take that gamble, especially as Noah was catching the bot wave. So credit to Ice there, keeping the bot wave pushed in as much as possible. He wanted to keep the wave going to force Noah to be drawn towards the wave. And while it has cost him a decent amount of farm, ultimately it did help out his jungler a lot. Will that end up hurting him in the long run? Perhaps, as he finds himself down nearly 20 CS 4 minutes in.
That's rough. Again, observers, if we could have a look at bot at some point. I know we are looking at jungle with Sheo finding Jackie's here. Wind becomes lightning is crucial, but he's not even going to launch it. Instead goes back to his camps. Bot is important as the wave just got shoved in. There it is. Now being picked up by Ice. He's going to be behind as he picked up that last bit of CS. 12 CS here.
Yeah, that's a lot early on.
That is massive.
I mean, he's grabbed the early cull, the early base.
Tầm này mới vô em nghĩ nó không có giao tranh đâu. Bên phía bên gọi là GX nó cầm con Seraphine với con Ace nó farm độ với lúc mùa luôn.
Looking very favorable for GX given the state that they've created, and credit to LEC gaining an advantage here against the Gnar early on. Something that can be very difficult to do on the Renekton, especially as the matchup goes on.
But Mega Gnar's a big mistake. The stun coming out as well. LEC getting close, getting solo killed as dominance is reached, held, and used. Trayson almost had a good punish there as LEC went forward.
Great of ults. Trayson close to getting the flash out from LEC. Would have been a really nice advantage gain and a potential gank opportunity, but going to be denied. As again, we turn our attention to the bottom lane. Both junglers in the area. Sheo closer to the play than that of Isma.
Hawkshot did actually see that Sheo was nearby though, so no one knows. They're trying to bait him in, knowing that Isma can just, from the drop of a hat, get here again. Almost level 6. Small Krugs, yeah, they were killed, so not level 6 just yet. Sheo a little bit behind in experience. No ultis to be used by junglers if this fight occurs. The Giants get the push, they get the plating as well. As Team Heretics just back off into their own side of the jungle.
GX really committed to protecting their vision on the bottom side.
Phanh vô.
He's got to go back to mid wave to catch that. This will be controlled towards Secure Dragon now going to be started off. Okay, they've got push and bot. The mid collapse is quicker too, and it looks like they're predicting Sheo to go back to base. So GX again with really nice.
Mày đang có CS2 nữa nè.
Spawn as well.
Oh man.
Everything going the way of Isma right now.
Má thằng Team Heretics này đánh kiểu gì mà thắng được thằng GX. GX đánh kinh anh em ơi, GX đánh kinh.
And Isma's putting on a clinic again. Like this time it's a little bit more subtle, but the blue buff steal, launching with the constant shadowing of bot, the sneak of dragon here. Isma's having a great split start. Like this is exceptional.
It absolutely is. I think the way he illustrated it yesterday in the interview after his series, where he felt like he wasn't really getting that much better, he was very candid. You know? He just said that, but now I really feel the growth. Like I really feel like I'm improving and I'm getting better faster. And we're seeing it. We all see it. He is the main person that we are talking about when it comes to this GX roster, specifically because of what he is doing in the early game. So we'll see if that growth continues as Nara lands the arrow.
Wei, will it do much? Double beat drop just out of range. Wei will walk out. Jun didn't have his encore available, so Wei is just going to be safe.
Okay, bit of an ambitious play from Noah, but it does get them pushed in the lane once more. Going to be chipping away at that tower. The gold, the CS difference is maintained at about 12. And now extending to 13. Isma hovering around the top lane. Are they really threatening a dive here?
Spot on a ward, but you're right. It might just turn into a dive and Trayson either leaves or backs off. Saren close to dying though. Jackie's thinking about going in. He flashes. Wants to disintegrate and gets first blood. Now that he's run away, he's used Incinerate to get the stun. He's built space and Sheo can't chase. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Dominus used Isma as well with the Cataclysm down. Trayson survived, so a dive gone awry.
What the hell was that from Saren?
Let's find out.
What was that?
101k tiền. Anh em thấy không, GX đánh đơn giản là win, không phải suy nghĩ nhiều. Căn bản là cái trình độ nó đã hơn rồi thì mẹ nó làm gì cũng đúng mọi người à. Trình độ nó hơn, nó làm gì cũng đúng.
Anyone that's played League long enough should know that Annie is in range of you.
Or for a month.
So right now, so he gets a huge trade, right? Huge trade. So now Annie is in kill range. At this point, Annie is in kill range. And the Q's a 4-second cooldown. So, like, flash Q, like, what do you mean? Why did he press W? I'm so annoyed. Why would you press W
and
there?
He had flash as
my
well.
God. Yes, there's no other answer. Like, that was horrible. I'm so baffled.
You're so tilted.
I'm so mad.
It's
like you just have to flash early. That's literally your only play. You've already taken the bad trade. You're either then commit. I don't know. I'm gonna stop because
mid is a problem. Veti's tilted and Giant X are just getting everything again. There's a potential dive on bot lane, and the only good thing I can say about Heretics at this point is that they stopped the dive top. Trayson survived, but outside of losing their first strike, now they're losing grubs. They didn't get anything in bot lane. Mid is going fine. I mean,
Mid is going fine.
For GX.
Yeah, but no, mid is going fantastic for GX.
I mean, yeah, it's going fine.
If I am on GX, I press tab at 9.5 minutes in. My Annie has malignant. My Annie has a malignant at 9.5 minutes.
Mid is going fine. It's going really well, but humbly, Jackie's is doing just fine. Yeah.
I mean, this is insane. Like, I feel like the game is kind of already over.
Oh my God. Okay, Arrow and Seren not hit. That's a win.
Sure,
it has to be.
That is a win.
What else is it if it's not?
Okay, well, now we have to talk about Dragon spawning in.
Vẫn chỉ là 1-0 thôi, chưa có thêm bất kỳ kill nào cả anh em ơi. Đánh chậm nha, đánh rất là chậm.
Heretics, I feel can't contest it. Oh, Sheo, yeah, I mean, it looks like Sheo's given up the idea of contesting it. He's going to try and shadow top lane. Maybe he can punish the Renekton. Lot does have flash and ult available, so this will be a tricky one to pull off.
Wave though, I mean, even though it's going to slowly crash out, let's just see. Mega Gnar being used, and there's a free Gnar here for Tracy. Doesn't have flash, but he can leap in. Actually, excuse me, to correct myself, there is no Mega Gnar. Just gets the stun up. Sheo cancels the back. Now Jackie's is here though, with Tibbers up and available. Lot is going to use his abilities to get the wave, but he's not stepping too far out. A good shadow from Jackie's, and a bit of wasted time there from Sheo to stick around.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of wasted time. I feel like
Đánh gọi là lâu quá nha. Bên phía của GX đánh cũng kỹ, đánh team này cho nên nó đánh kỹ.
Advantages are being built up everywhere right now for GX. Ice though has been able to claw back gold, considering he was down about 2 waves. The fact that he's been able to bounce back here is good for him. Dragon though, I think is very difficult objective to contest. Early Merc treads from Seren, a necessity in this matchup, especially given now that he is so far behind.
I am surprised that we don't see Merc treads out of something like the Gnar, you know? I do feel like when you talked about limited options...
I think you can't though. I feel like you have to in the Renekton matchup. Yeah, it's way too... Like, because if Renekton gets on you, he'll just melt you if you run.
But the idea of the Gnar matchup is Renekton doesn't get on you.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he can't.
I mean,
just because it's hard doesn't mean it's impossible.
No, that is true, but we're going to have to go to the VAR for that one. Maybe Team Heretics, the angle. They're going to go in regardless, 4 versus 4. The arrow hits first. The encore as well lays down and shares the first target. Wild Growth keeps him alive, and with his ulti up, he still survives, gets the smite, and Dragon goes down. Shade took a while, now flashes away. And the fact that Team Heretics jungler stayed alive for so long is incredible for Heretics to get the objective, get the kill, and get out.
Fair play to Heretics. I was wrong in my assessment. The Lulu did so much work in conjunction with Sheo's ulti. He got to very low HP, but then they ran out of damage. Another TPing bot.
And now it's momentum for Team Heretics. They want another play. Noah has to get out of there. The heal from Jun speeds them up, but Seren coming in. Charm immense, important, and immeasurable. No Orb of Deception not connected, but the Charm does. Ice will pick up the kill while Noah, the last standing, under his own turret, will still die. Takes Ice with him, but Team Heretics are getting the ball rolling with a double over to Ice.
Yeah, I mean, getting 2 kills onto Ice is absolutely huge, and a nice proactive TP.
2-3 cho bên phía của TH anh em ơi. TH có một tình huống giao tranh lật ở khu vực đường dưới được nha. Ăn này được quá trời mạng ơi. 2-3 mạng ơi. Phải có những tình huống ăn mạng lại như vậy thì mới win game được. Phải có những tình huống ăn lại như vậy thì mới win game được mọi người ạ. Còn không là không win nổi. Một cái tình huống đánh rồng thành công dành cho bên phía của TH Chu Miêu nha. Vừa ăn được rồng mới vừa ăn được mạng nữa. Đánh rướng thằng Ike City đi. Và hại cũng được Ike thì ngon. Nhưng mà không anh em ơi, sẽ là đánh lỗi đến từ vị trí của Jun và Noah. Thì phải Jun của Noah với thằng Noah bị tele bọc đâu như con Ari nữa chứ.
Way then tanks up the tower, but then Noah, recognizing his damage enough to at the very least get something back. But huge play by Heretics. They're definitely back in this game.
Oh yeah, in a big way. As you said, Ice getting the kill, or kills rather, was massive. So shout out to Seren, who made Vedia's tilt. Probably, that's got to be an untilter for you, because that was a good TP timer, especially with everything used by GX after the Dragon. Dragon stacking also denied. I mean, you just go win by win as Giant X deep in the enemy jungle once again. Team Heretics trying to defend. Wolves will be taken by Sheo, but consistently, Isma is down here, looking to steal that blue buff away. Yeah, Thank you very much, Fobster.
I really think that Heretics' win condition is Ice. So the fact that he now has a 1.1k gold lead is nothing but fantastic for the team. looking to try and bring us to a game 3, but the goal difference not too significant either side yet. Jackie's can still be a huge difference maker with the lead that he has. This Annie will just one-shot you with these itemizations, so Ice has to be very careful. The Lulu are going to do their absolute best to help, and early Mikhails to help with the stun that can come through. A lot of CC on the side of GX, but this Mikhails is going to really help a lot with, in conjunction with the cleanse as well.
Trayson walking up to Lot. Lot's just waiting for the wave. Top has been pretty quiet outside of that gank, but now it's about to get a whole lot louder as no one should move up here for the Herald, but there is an Ash Arrow available. If that Nah hops out early. Share playing the other side of the map. Jackie's isolated for the time being.
2-3. Cái cơ hội dành cho bên phía của TH là có nha, cơ hội là có nha. Một tình huống vừa ăn được rồng và vừa ăn được mạng giúp cho họ gỡ được cái thế trận cái khu vực đường dưới hoàn toàn luôn mọi người. Xếp tí thì cút hơn là ăn được mạng này qua đó với lại ăn được con rồng. Không thôi khỏi gỡ. Bây giờ đây lật ngược lại, TH đang hơn 5-6 xị. Má TH trừ căng á, TH trừ căng. Trừ 7.5 khó. Chỉ có gọi là trên 24.5 thì còn ok. Giờ mà cái trừ thì thôi còn nhót luôn đi chứ, nhót hẳn ấy. Tại vì anh em nhìn sơ anh em cũng thấy lấy gì mà trừ nổi. Nhưng mà nếu mà thắng game thì khả năng cao còn gỡ còn thắng được. Tại vì tốc độ cho em cá đuối lắm rồi. Em làm từ trưa tới bây giờ, 11 giờ tới giờ. Từ trưa tới bây giờ mệt lắm. Mà cái LGK Challenge ngày hôm nay nó quýnh đủ game luôn nha, nó quýnh 9 game. 3v3 nó quýnh đủ 9 game luôn.
Upgraded boots, need to see large rods. With Malignance is ouchies.
Yeah.
Ouchies indeed.
Trayson just used Mega Nah. And Nah ulti, what about 30, 40 seconds, chat? You can see the bottom of your screen. So worthwhile tracking that one as Dragon's up in 30 seconds if Ginex can get a quick one. I did.
Whose chat are you talking to?
Anyone out there, anyone who's watching.
You can't see it.
No, I can't, but anyone who's listening. You know, we have chat up on the screen all the time. We're essentially getting filtered messages.
Oh, that's what you mean. Sure, okay.
I mean anyone watching as well. And there's like, you know, 20 co-streamers. Someone's chat out there is going to talk to us.
Someone in the chat right now is saying, hi, Asterix.
Okay, maybe Jolly, if you can bring that message up, that'd be great. Engage, Sheo, Wild Growth, beautiful engaging back as well. On call though, keeps him stand, but the bell, Sheo just gets CC resistant. The engage is good from Isman, the flag and drag Cataclysm back in, but he's got no one else there. He has to flash out immediately and Ice.
Đấy, TH Chu Miêu đánh quả này thì thôi, hạ gục được con Junara rồi. Nhưng mà con Ari nó tele tới kịp anh em ơi. Cả 6 mạnh nha, Lót mạnh nha, Lót mạnh nha, nhưng mà Lót đánh lỗi thì Lót vẫn đi nha. Một cái tình huống 5 đánh 4 nhưng mà bên phía của ghế thất bại hoàn toàn. Thất bại hoàn toàn.
Ice dying does suck for Heretics, but they're going to get so much on the map for this. Dragon will be secured, the top tower will be secured. They've come back with a vengeance here in game 2 as they find a really nice skirmish. Look at this flash engage from Sheo. Flash into the knockup from the Lulu, into the second knockup up to the Mikhails as well. Noah just doesn't get to play the game. Then the stun, no ulti available for Jackie's because he used it in the top lane. They have no damage. GX have no damage available. Does Ice go a little bit too deep? Sure. But then with the arrival of Seren, they secure 3 kills for 1, top tower and a dragon. Huge swing in terms of control for Heretics.
Ice is 2,000 gold up. Remember, this was a guy that was 20 CS behind in lane. With Ginex having like almost a 1.5k gold lead as we approach that dragon. All stemming off the back of Sheo. And I guess you have to say from Way's support as well. This game's completely changed flavors as Sheo spotted out on red thanks to Hawkshot. Ginex looking for a target. They really want to keep picking members off and get themselves back in the driver's seat. And with Herald, they'll start to do that. But as you said, side lane's a bit of an issue. Top getting pushed in, bot as well in the isolated 1v1. Trayson got to be feeling good at this point as he's looking for that outer turret to just knock all these side lane turrets down.
I mean, Heretics are feeling good right now. They're in such a good position to win out on this game. I do think they have a scaling advantage. I think that they've got a stronger side lane threat in the form of the Gnar. I think it's easy for them to play 1-3-1 with the Nari. Of course, into Annie you have to be careful, but Annie being in a side lane means that she's very susceptible to ganks. And then I do think that Yunara Lulu, just in the late game, is stronger than Ashe Seraphine. I feel like that the
3-6 dành cho bên phía của GX rồi. Bị lật à mấy con vợ. Bị lật mọi người ơi. Bị lật thế trận ấy. Đầu game thì thực tế là bên phía của GX mới là người có cái thế trận mà. GX nó vẫn lên đồ được, vẫn đánh gồng gồng với bộ đôi AC Seraphine được thôi.
Raptors are available, but I think it's a little too ambitious, and it seems that Sheo is in agreement. Level 13 now for the Xin Zhao. We talked about how Isma had a healthy lead early on in the game. He had a CS lead. I mean, GX across the board had CS leads. Oh, yeah. But Heretics recognize, I think we're just stronger in the skirmish, and they've been proven right every single time. So Heretics in a commanding position here in game 2, really changing the dynamic and the momentum. Really knocking the wind out of the sails of GX. That is a roaming crocodile.
Oh, and there's an exposed Sheo. Arrow catches him. Lot Dominus. Cole the Meek and Ruthless Predator combined. Takes Sheo downtown. He's dead. Giant X get a pick on jungler, and just as we're praising Team Heretics, a big mistake from Sheo.
Yeah, I still think that was a great play from GX. The roam from Lot doesn't quite get tracked. Oh, but Jackie's, he's going to want it to...
Tibbers comes out, there's Mikhail's onto ice, but now Jackie's is deep. Sarah with the Spirit Rush and the Charm. Jackie's is dead. No Tibbers for you. Tracing gets an ulti back only onto Lot, but he slices and dices Isma. Trails his way in. He dies though because Ice is just free hitting. The problem is no one can hit the Yunara, so Ice goes from front to back with ease. Chasing down River, Jun the last target in his eyes, and just as Sheo gets caught out, Baron for GX? No, it's Baron started for Team Heretics with the near ace.
What should have been an easy Baron for GX ends up going awry. They get the pick onto Sheo, but watch Jackie's here. He, by himself, walks up, drops an ulti with no one by him, it gets insta-cleanse, and he does no damage. The reason why this play is so bad as well is because a lot was used to get that initial kill. The Ashe arrow was gone.
Mày vô thằng Ike nó trưởng. Thằng Ike nó trưởng đao bà cố luôn anh em. Thằng Ike nó có cái ngưỡng lên đồ của nó trước con AC. Nó trưởng độ, nó trưởng đúng đao luôn. Em hết game này thì thôi chắc té mọi người à, mệt quá mệt. Không thở nổi.
Jackie's well set. Oh my god, Yoto is not happy. Oh my god. I mean, head in the hands.
It was such a good pick from GX. I love the play in and of itself, but you have to think about every pick. What resources did you use to get it? And they'd used Ashe Arrow and they'd used Renekton Ultimate. So you've only got Jarvan ult, you've got Annie ult, and you've got Seraphine ult. The Annie ult was completely whiffed. And then the Seraphine ult was used to try and keep the Annie alive.
Oh, it was.
So then Ice is just laughing at you. Like he's just running at you and doesn't care.
I think the problem we've seen is for Giant X, this game, while things have looked good, it hasn't been as concrete and as coordinated as game number 1. But the credit to Team Heretics, Ice knows exactly what his job is in this composition.
I mean, credit to Saren for bouncing back, because I was mega tilted.
You were so tilted. Saren's TP, I think, helped win the game. Instant Mikhail from Way, that's now down, but Ashe Arrow is a big cooldown that's not going to be available for this Dragon.
Well, that should be an easy tower secure for Heretics. Seems like they don't really care about the Dragon pushing in top lane as well. They're saying, we want to get as much out of this Baron as possible. So instead, we're going to funnel more gold, we're going to take more structures, we're just going to pick apart your map, we're going to steal your camps as well. All of those top camps are available. Isma's going to fall even further behind as Sheo takes camp after camp, tower after tower, an even bigger gold swing as they've got a 6.5k. The problem with this play for Heretics.
Cái gì đây? Ngủ nghỉ đi em Long á. Má em like từ lúc 11 từ trưa tới giờ. Cái em CKCL hôm nay nó win 9 trận thầy ơi. Em nhót lâu lắm rồi. Kiểu nói một hồi là nhót rồi. Mà cứ làm khi nào em mệt em sẽ nghỉ. Khi nào em mệt em nghỉ.
Just TP to bot lane, get back out onto the map, push push mid, push bot, ignore top, you don't care. Just keep pushing with the Baron that you have and keep that pressure on the GX, because you're just so much stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're comically stronger than your opponents. And as long as Ice has cleanse, he's got flash too, play around Mikhail's, like, there's just no way that you'll die. Like, Ice will just 1v9 everyone.
And Shayo did just flash away from an Enchanted Crystal Arrow as Lot was getting pushed in top, but while that flash is down.
40 dành cho bên phiếu GX mọi người, GX tầm này nhót.
Invade from Isma once again. Shayo spots it out. And for Giant X, they might have to back away now as Ice is just going to run into Noah. What is he doing? Vedius, the whole team was on Raptors running away, and Ice is standing in the mid lane as an Ashe.
I mean, Noah's sitting here thinking to himself, I can clear out this wave and leave, and he could not.
He could not. That gate, I feel like
we need to start calling this the Noah spot, because I feel like mid lane, going for a wave, Noah gets caught quite often.
Every time I feel like it's either on Varus or Ashe. That guy is playing like he's like on a Zeri wall, you know.
The Fnatic rush!
It's nice, it's not bad. Over the wall, caught out, Cataclysm onto Seren. A shutdown, but Team Heretics are using this opportunity to open up the mid lane. Again, every time GX commits somewhere, Team Heretics are in the right spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good pick on a Seren. You get his flash, you get his ults, but Lot had to commit his flash and ult as well. The thing is, I don't think GX can convert this into much else. They'll get a pick, sure. But the damage has still been done. Heretics still with a very healthy gold lead looking to bring us to game 3.
It's a surprise, isn't it? Because I said
Ôi trời ơi.
minutes in, I was like, I think Giant X is just going to clean. It looks like they're going to clean sweep this game.
Felt like it, yeah.
It did feel like it. They were the cleaner team.
5-11, 7 mấy tiền dẫn trước rồi.
Everyone at home is happy hearing that again. But they really did shift this game in a massive way. And I mean, I think the credit goes to Seren, especially since you were toxic towards him. That's important. But
wasn't toxic.
You were toxic.
I had strongly worded criticism.
Who is it? Way's been really clean this game. Shayo's been great.
I mean, to me, it's just that awareness to recognize that they could just fight.
Yeah.
Like, and then doing it. Like, it's one thing to first recognize, hey, I think we're just stronger.
Yep.
And then a second to actually execute upon it. So I'm happy to see that from Heretics, especially when we know that they need to be winning as many games as they can, considering how intense their first 4 weeks are.
Bây giờ gọi là 11, vẫn là 11-5 anh em. Cái thế bên phiếu TH nó lật nhanh nha. TH nó lật nó lật cái thế này đúng lẹ luôn.
Jackie does get bottom turret. That's a bit of gold injection here for GX, but Team Heretics are once again threatening top and mid at the same time. Tracing getting pushed in, Lot solo defender. Noah and Jun have reset just to get in the vicinity, which is important, but there's 50 seconds till the Baron, so topside naturally an important lane right now. As Tracing backing at the edge of this wall. Lot not going to find him, but it's a reset before Baron, which is why the focus is there.
So as we discussed earlier, because they gave up Dragon, the game slows down a lot.
Yep.
Especially without the threat of a soul, there's basically just no objective on the map to play for. And the game right now, it feels like that if you don't have Baron, sieging enemy base is very hard. But that also adds on to the fact that GX do have a decent amount of wave clear, but the bigger threat is, hey, I'm sieging onto your tower. Where's Annie? Boom, flash, ult. Well, that's bad.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to be cautious of that too. So right now, Heretics just playing it safe. They're waiting for the Baron to respawn. Once it does, they can just force it. They don't have to waste that much time. But I love the positioning from Lot here. He stuck his way behind the Baron pit, and he may have found a beautiful flank as well. He's gone completely unnoticed.
I mean, Trayson's not here. He's going to have to TP in. The arrow's going to be cleansed away. The encore is good. It's on the Shayo, but Ice is in trouble. I would say that, but the whole Team Heretics group around him until Tevez comes out from Jackie's. This time in the same place. The play looks brilliant. A charm on the back burner, almost getting Isma, but he's healed up by Jun. Giant X use their pick tools well, and they get themselves back in the game.
So much credit needs to go for Lot. He's able to find a beautiful flank angle, but they push themselves off the
đánh một hồi nó lật nè, đánh một hồi bên phía ghế nó lật nè.
The rest, Isma's here, still with the GA intact, can go in aggressively. Shayo's found out. Flag and drag on the spot connects. The encore with a double drop means that Shayo's going to be stunned up and dead.
Lật luôn kìa, lật luôn kìa. Lật luôn kìa, anh em giỡn. Hạ gục được 3 thành viên bên phía của đối phương. GX đang dần dần lật cho mình ở trong cái trận đấu này với cái bộ đôi Seraphine AC.
Lot, his positioning was excellent here. The way that he was able to find a way behind, the Ashe arrow comes through. Mikhail's is used onto Sheo, which means it's not available for Ice. He has to cleanse out of the stun. Flash ult from Jackie's connects onto Ice, means that with the AD carry gone, a lot of the damage is gone as well. Beautiful team fight from GX. They put themselves in a good position. They don't quite rush the Baron because they know Zin's still around. But once they get that kill onto Zin, they know that the Baron is easily secured. And a 7.6k gold lead swings to just 3k.
I was concerned. I was really worried when I saw Lot go in and die to 4 of Team Heretics, but you're right. That micro detail of the Mikhail's bell being down means that Ice was vulnerable. Jackie's redeems himself from the previous ultimate. Team Heretics, their lead of about 7,000, now minimizes. They got Dragon, they moved to Salt Point, but the difficulty is the Giant...
Lật luôn, có Baron dành cho bên phía của GX này.
We're going to now see if they can equalize the game, put it back to an even state. All things considered in this mid game.
Now GX sweeping out all of the vision, trying to make it as difficult as possible for Heretics to see. Create that fog of war. Leverage the darkness to maybe find a pick as they want to get some standing gold for themselves. 3 out of towers remain. With the Baron, they're going to be able to get a lot of gold into their pockets.
He's hovering off on the side, the level 16 Jarvan with flash available. Again, that GA wasn't popped in the previous fight, so he can go in deep under this turret. Trayson's in Meganar, threatening the potential of GX stepping up, and his punishment with the ulti, but the siege is happening with this cannon minion. Trying to step up is Team Heretics as Giant X, next wave coming in. Baron doing the push, and about 1 minute 20 of it to go here on the Red Bull Baron power play. There's the arrow, Seren gets out, aiming for an Ari, not always the best target. So Enchanted Crystal arrow for the Ari ult is big as Trayson is caught out in mid lane. There's Dominus knock up as well, Cataclysm. Trayson can't move. Beautiful chain of CC as Giant X punish the top laner of Team Heretics.
They'll get themselves a tower as well. I was thinking to myself, I kind of wish that it was Annie sitting in the fog of war in mid lane, sorry, between mid and bot, so that you can rotate for a play and look for a pick like that. But they use the Jarvan instead. They do find the pick that they were looking for. They get themselves another tower, knowing that they have the numbers advantage. Lot's going to go back to base, spend what gold he can, get back out onto the map. Has the TP available to him. GX not slowing down. They've got to be careful about overstaying on the map, but they still have the numbers advantage.
Lot is trying to bring in the next mid wave, but look how far away it is. He's just grouping up to see if this is a potential last play. 30 seconds on the Baron. A good charm connects onto Jun, but he's got sustain. He'll be completely fine with the inhibitor dropping down. Baron is doing good work. Almost a 5,000 gold Baron power play. Giant X firmly back into this game. We are to and fro, and Team Heretics must have felt so confident with the way the pace was going, but now with bottom inhibitor open and drag it up in 2 minutes, it's advantage Team Heretics.
So it all comes back, interestingly, to a topic that we were talking about earlier, which is that by choosing to...
Ôi giời ơi, 9-12 lật hết lại tiền rồi kìa. Tiền bây giờ là bên phía bên này nó lật ngược lại tiền rồi.
The game was just going to slow down, because it was going to be very difficult for you to play off the back of that with no other objectives, and also the threat of a soul wouldn't force GX into a fight. So by posturing around Baron, you kind of created this opportunity with which GX then took advantage of and found a way back into the game. Huge credit needs to be given for GX for finding that fight and swinging the momentum, using the time that they had granted themselves to find an opportunity, and this is huge now. They've equalized the game. That 7.6k gold has swung back to neutral. The thing that really matters is the items, as Ice still has a huge item lead, and Ice is still a problem. So this game is far from over just yet. It's looking fantastic for GX as they continue to pick up a lot of standing gold from these outer towers.
Mẹ em nói thấy cái đội hình bên phía của GX thế mà nó cũng lật được, cũng hay. Thế mà cũng lật được. 7k tiền hả? Thua mấy mạng. Rùa. Mẹ mấy con vợ này đánh rùa. GX suy giảm 1.5. 9 chấm hả? 9 chấm lần hả? Em Long hồi nãy lựa chọn 2 trên 24.5.
So, regardless, final fight incoming, it feels like. 40 seconds Dragon, Soul for Team Heretics. It's only a Chemtech Soul, but remember, we're playing with Enchanters, so it is quite impactful when you think about one member, such as Ice, getting low, getting shield, getting the Chemtech bonus buff. Ice is going to push out the mid wave. Giant X have grouped up as for the flank from Lot again, the level 20 Croc with a GA this time. Trayson spots him out. 2-level lead over top laners, and Lot has been impactful in a lot of these flank angles so far. As Ginex move into river first, and for Team Heretics, it's about finding their angle. Mega Blast Cone from Trayson. He gets away. His Mega Narbar is coming up as well.
Lot is really committed to finding this flank, and Trayson is doing absolutely everything in his power to mark him. Jackie's off on a flank of his own. They do have that one ward to spot him out, but they're aware of his positioning. GX have to be so careful as Lot and Jackie's are looking for the backline.
Oh, Trayson's in Mega Nar now, though. So, Team Heretics have to choose their moment. Lot is trying to keep him isolated. 3k on the Dragon. Meanwhile, that's a Mega Nar from Trayson. Means not going to be used in the fight. The Enchantress Arrow also whiffs, though. A couple of misses is onto Ice in the backline. While meanwhile, the Chemtech Dragon goes over. GA pops early.
Ít mà bị bắt lại rồi, mất mé cái linh hồn rồng hóa kỹ. Không lật được rồi anh em ơi. 1 đổi 1 đến từ hai bên, cái rồng hóa kỹ vẫn là mạnh nha. Con rồng hóa kỹ vẫn là mạnh nha. Bây giờ thì chắc chắn là phải đợi con rồng ngàn tuổi rồi.
Backdoor, maybe an opportunity. The minions are stacked up and heavy. Trayson has to go, but Team Heretics with the 80 carry are going to go right to the Baron.
Yeah, they're rushing this down, and they should be able to melt it with the damage that Ice is throwing out. He has the support of Lulu as well. I do not think GX is going to get here in time. That's going to be a Baron secured. Quick thinking from Heretics. And I think GX tunneled way too hard onto Ice. Their sole focus was like, we have to kill this AD carry, but that tunnel visual cost them a lot. Heretics did a really good job of marking the flanks. Seren on one side, Trayson on the other. Very deep play from Isma, an early ult to protect Ice. Then the chair was uncontested on the Dragon secure, giving them the soul, providing even more safety in terms of keeping them alive. The mid laners end up trading for each other, but Ice is very well protected. He did not use any summoners in that exchange. And now with the Baron buff and Soul, it's Heretics who can lead an offensive.
I will note Jackie's didn't burn the flash, so a potential follow-up play here from Giant X has the tools that Annie needs to thrive. However, in the fight, GA popped by Isma. Worth mentioning here. Lot didn't lose his, but again, will it be as important as the Jarvan, who has been engaging each and every fight? The Dragon Soul up with the 3rd Baron of this game, and Lot picking a big far angle. Someone's going to get it. Arrow comes in, and yes, Seren is going to ult. He got caught there. Could have been big for Giant X.
The problem with Lot constantly looking for these flanks is it opens up these side lanes. A big stack of minions is now generated in the bot side of the map. Good vision clearance from Heretics in the bot side jungle. Seren is still marking potential flanks. Heretics changing a lot their approach after the first flank from Lot came through, and they're doing a really good job of it. Now these minions, they're stacking up triple cannon minions empowered by the Baron.
Rain should come through from Noah to auto-attack at least one. Team Heretics on the edge of backing out of this play. Charm spots out the Renekton again. And
tộc biến và thả gấu hụt đến từ vị trí của con Annie. Annie bốc hơi ngay lập tức. Trong khi đó thì bị đối phương úp sọt nữa anh em ơi. Thôi, TH càng quét cái đội hình bên phía của GX luôn. Sẽ là một cái chiến thắng dành cho bên phía của Team Heretics ở trong cái game thi đấu thứ 2. Và đó sẽ là một cái game đấu mà gọi là một đều lại là 3 game mọi người. Một đều nhưng mà anh em mình húp nha, anh em mình húp được cái trên kill 24.5.
An incredibly hard fought battle between both teams as Heretics are able to come back from losing the lead that they had. Beautiful team fighting. They see the nexus. They're bringing us to game 3.
Well, I'll tell you what, Seren Redemption, definitely in his name, but they played around Ice even when he was dead. I feel like he just did so much in the preparation of that fight, or during the fight, right?
But also, you reach a point in the game where, okay, Ice has all these items, even if you kill him, it's not like the other members aren't doing damage as well, right? So, yeah, they do eventually kill him. Jackie's wasn't able to find a big ult at the very end. He ends up getting one shot, and Heretics are able to stay strong. Super entertaining game, very close back and forth, very entertaining.
Yeah, very nice indeed. We'll go to a game 3 shortly, as normally I'm used to a Finn or a Jack just popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, where's that ref?
But no one's there.
I see a referee
they're just gone, you know?
Yeah.
They've just decided to leave us, as the analyst desk will tell us where they've gone. Where are you?
Yeah, we fired the ref. He was not good.
I don't think we fired him.
Good.
I think we promoted him to
No, I think we fired him. I think we fired him, and I think
what's the position above ref, Jack? Yeah.
Yeah.
like Manager of ref.
Manager of ref. All right. Well, what does the ref
Một
have
đều,
to
một
say?
đều.
There were a lot of illegal stuff.
Rồi, để anh em ơi.
Illegal
That's
stuff.
true.
There was the
Chịu hết nổi rồi, em Long thở hết được luôn rồi á.
Saren solo kill.
Hẹn anh em ngày mai gặp.
Overall, like,
Hẹn anh em ngày mai gặp. Em sẽ lên ở trong nhóm nha. Ngủ nè, em chịu hết nổi. Thở oxy.